Mr. Iyer, I'll start with you. Considering that you run the technology function for a business house that runs multiple businesses, what are some of your experiences, experiments, and how you are looking at scaling AI within your enterprise? Because in a diverse business, it is never easy to implement a change or make sure that the adoption happen across the enterprise. So would love to hear your views on that.
Yeah, namaste. How many of you know what JBM does? Just show of hands will help. Because I am a manufacturing person, although I take care of technology. I have seen 4 or 5 people have raised the hands. So I would like to highlight what JBM does. Because when I talk something, you also should be in a position to connect with what I am trying to. We are basically auto parts manufacturing. We supply to all 2-wheeler, 3-wheeler, 4-wheeler, farm equipments, railways, etc. This is one kind of business. The second kind of business is we manufacture EV bus, and we also manufacture EV batteries, and we are into renewable energy, solar and waste to energy. The purpose of highlighting is, I know only this, last 17 years I am doing only this work, so I am going to illustrate the examples with this business scenario as it should be sitting on your back end. Okay. Before I talk about the examples, I divide the whole business into 3 aspects. Fortunately, I have more businesses within one company. So one is technology native. Without technology, that business cannot run. The second set of businesses, it is technology averse. It doesn't mean that they don't want technology. That environment is not conducive, maybe because of the age of the asset, or maybe the people who are trying to deriving. So this is second set of. The third is technology friendly. If it is technology is there, they want a technology to happen. Why I am taking this as an example is your AI related decision making depends on where you stand. If you are having only one company, some department may have environment conducive for mostly finance or HR. These are all the 2 areas where we do implementation much quicker as compared to manufacturing or plant maintenance or quality, so on to say. What I am trying to convey is, when you are trying to identify a AI use case, where you have technology averse will be the environment which will be conducive for you to go for AI related, because the incremental effect will fetch you a better bottom line. The second environment, if you see, is the hidden downtime. For example, humanly, if the last machine is giving the output, we feel that yes, production is up and running without any problems. But there are instances when you try to go beyond, use some basic AI kind of things, you will be in a position to understand the hidden downtime, which is getting highlighted for us to take corrective actions. This is a second set of. The third important factor is, as I said earlier, our assets are very old. So when the machine is not functioning the way it was supposed to function, or if it throws an error message, the resource available to understand the error is a problem. So LLM based AI deployment will help us identify what kind of remedial actions one can take. This will help the engineer to quickly get the answer, number 1. Number 2, he will get the reference of the right user manual, the page where he is trying to refer, what it is suggesting, what is available there for us to understand.
Since we are talking about supply chain, Kapil, if I may get you in, as all cargo logistic and some of the work that you are doing, and with the supply chain getting radically transformed as well as disrupted at the same amount of time, how do you see the scaling of AI or the technology at large helping you within your enterprise? What are some of the challenges, thoughts? How are you seeing this entire thing transforming for your industry?
I feel that the way we operate, maybe some lessons or some takeaways for all of you is, which has really worked well for us and for me as a technologist, is that we operate in, so I would say a two paradigm model. One is we run smaller cohorts, which means that we will run an experimental lab, which runs for 4 to 6 weeks. So once we identify a use case which has a business ROI, which is signed off by the respective department heads, and then goes to the country MD, it comes to the tech team to then build on this. So we have 4 to 8 week window to build it. If we fail, then we pivot, we redesign, we go back. There are times when we identify that after spending 6 weeks, this is a use case that is not really ready from an AI point of view, and the kind of hits we are getting is not really, it's not production ready. The second is pipeline is what we call the industrial pipeline, which is where once that use case passes the test of 4 to 6 weeks, we productionize it, we tighten it, we put the guardrails around security, because security is really very important for us. So we make sure that it passes all the tests that are there for that particular AI to be then embedded and rolled out on the field. So that model has been working well. We have about 40 AI use cases that are first of the kind in our industry that are running. For example, today, if we get emails from customers for quotation in the LCL business, which is very, very dynamic in terms of the pricing that we get. So a lot of times we operate on spot rates. So then how do you price a container or a shipping movement? So if you say are moving goods from say India to say Singapore, or you're moving goods from India to Latin America, then how do you price that trade lane? Now the trade lane pricing is dynamic. So how do you give a price to a customer 30 days in advance by making sure that you will still make money on that shipment, right? So there are very advanced algorithms where we kind of do a lot of work. I would still say that it's not really there yet, but with the quantum coming into the picture and a lot of other, how the models are evolving, we are hoping that we can, make it really airtight and a big differentiator for our business. Some of the other use cases that we do is like email to quote. So today we can read email in any language across the world, and from the email we can get the data points that we need for our quote engine to actually automatically send a quote out. And it does the first level of triaging in terms of once a customer reverts back that we are interested in shipping, then it can do the first level of pricing negotiation. And then there's a human in the loop to close the particular deal. Similarly, for Gati or All Cargo India business, we have done a lot of the first in the market use cases. For example, today, for our booking, processes, the booking app can actually, you can just scan the invoice of the customer and it automatically reads the consignor details, the consignee details, the GSTN. It connects to the e-waybill portal, gets the requisite data. It automatically does the part A, part B of the entire process. So, the whole challenge that we had with training the people on the ground is kind of now mitigated, because now there is an intelligent system that can handle that for us. So which means the turnaround time of onboarding new booking agents for us or franchisees has drastically reduced, with the quality still being paramount for us, right?
Amazing. Thank you for that, Kapil. And with that, Manish, if I may request you to share your experiences, work that you are doing. You are looking at opening 150 showrooms as Simplo Ceramics. And with that kind of expedited growth, the pressure comes on technology, that how do we do more with less? How do we deliver with AI that everyone is talking about? How are you responding, reacting and getting ahead of the curve to support the business in that journey?
Yeah. So we, as a Simple Ceramic, known as one of the biggest tiles manufacturing industries, we believe customer is a king. So the customer footfall who come to your showroom must convert as a future customer, rather just come for say design and then going to other way. To attract a customer, we start to involve AI and few technology, few AI models to helping customer to judge the design, to get the appropriate tiles for them. I'm giving example like uh, we get input from customers, what is their choice, what is their hobbies, what is their like of colors, where they are living, and with help of such questionnaires, our AI model is generating a list of suggested tiles, list of suggested design to the customer. So that make more easy job for customer to choose the design, to choose the right product for them. Along with them, we also trying to help customer with after sale service with creating those set of questionnaires where we could understand that in which area they are living, how to give them best services. We are also using AI model to train our masoners who fitted the tiles. The technicians, the very ground level people. Actually, success of any tiles company is not the good product or not the quality, but is also depends on customer satisfactions. The person who go and reach to customer place who really did the job. So we teach them, we are using simulations models for machines. We have created multi-language models for train the machines in almost more than 12 language to teach them how to fit, how to use the technology, how to use modern tools to fit it and give a better experience and better, uh, feel for customer. So that is the way we are using AI and we are getting benefit of AI.
While you talked about various features, functions, right from customer centricity to back office to quality operations, in your mind, if someone is in the POC or the pilot phase, or if we say the prompt phase of prompting to enterprise scaling, what would be your suggestion be to look at the first set of business area? Should it be finance, HR, IT, manufacturing, supply chain? What would you suggest should be the first one, and possibly one or two key aspects that you think we should all take home from your learning and journey? Please, please.
See, you have to understand, whenever you are trying to identify a project, first try to eliminate any of the process. That is, my focus is always, is it possible for me to eliminate any of the process using AI? That is my...
So remove the non-value add, and traditionally what you
Yeah,
used to do
that
from a
is
Six
number
Sigma
one.
lean perspective,
Yeah.
start with that.
That is number one. That will remain as it is. Because why I insist on this is for three reasons. Number one, when you are collecting the data through HMI, the subjectivity is there. That is number one. Number two, when you are eliminating the process, your data quality questions will not arise. This is number. Number three, if you are improving the data collection process, the incremental improvement also will happen automatically. No one will ask questions. Where you fail, when you have the subjectivity of the data which you have. What happens in traditional way? We generate a report and give it to user. User will see the outcome and say this report is wrong. Report is not wrong. The content which has been entered is wrong, but he will say that report is wrong. So focus on eliminating any of the manual process. This is number one. Number two, this is not possible always. Number two, focus on business pain points. Try to give a solution which is reducing their pain. Don't try to invent anything. It will be useless. Third important point, do not educate any technology to the manufacturing person or to anybody. You talk their language and try to convert your technology statement as a business solution to them. If you do that, things will happen much quicker. This is my experience.
Amazing, amazing. Manish or Kapil, if you want to share your views.
So, I think any technology project to get the success, there is a three parameter. I believe is a PPT as a process. You have to establish first, then you have to train the people, and the third is the technology. So the PPT is a main core framework, I would say, to get success of any technology or any IT projects to get success.
So in my view, the question is kind of will depend on the industry to a large extent. But if I have to give a generic templatized answer based on what I have done personally, is that firstly look at your shared function. So your HR, like he said, your start with IT. I always start with tech. That I should not be preaching something if I can't do it on myself. So at one point we had 200 people in support across the globe. We had one person in every country. So we automated a lot of the stuff, and we said Europe will have only 4 people, right? So they can follow the sun and they can take care of all the. So we did a lot of intervention there. We used an AI-based tool that could where you could write agents, we could write chatbots very fast. So that was a platform, because at that point I didn't want to build something. We wanted to invest in a platform that's capable to do that. So that's one area to start. Second function could be HR. I think you all would have read a lot of the companies start there. IBM saved $3 billion by just doing the HR transformation using AI. The another way to look at it is, for me, in the current context, was something that you have outsourced, right? For example, we had 1,000 people in back office across the globe, Turkey, Miami, Mexico. So I knew that this is a good place to intervene and solve, because you would not get the pushback on firing people. Number one, sorry, don't get me in the wrong way. But at the boardroom, they want the saving to be reflected, right? So if I'm saying I'll save 20 people, they want to know who are those 20 people you have eliminated out of the system. So we looked at back office, because a lot of the back office work is very manual, very repetitive in nature. So we started looking at those processes, and we eliminated about 500 people out of 1,000. We also did certain transformations on moving certain data center, certain back offices from Miami, high cost area, to Mexico. And while we did that, we did the AI so that the from 400 to 200 was not a big problem for the people. Why? Because they were all new people, that were there. So those are good areas to start.
So with that, everyone, this was a very insightful discussion for me. Learned quite a bit of things, various ideas of how it can be done across the board. So with that, thank you everyone for your time.